We got a lot of alcohol left over. We need another party.
Yeah, we might drink a little after this.
This is the one we should have pulled it out for. It is the episode you guys have all been asking for. The most requested one since we announced that we were doing this podcast. What happened to BODi?
When I know it's all this focus, I just realign. I'm on my grind.
Hi.
Hey, boo.
Hi, boo. Welcome back. First episode of being 40.
I know. I don't look a day over
You don't.
39.
You look
Just a couple
fantastic.
days over. Thank you. I feel amazing. Like, we just had my 40th birthday. That's not what we're here to talk about today, but it was the most amazing birthday I've ever had. You threw it for me, and it was just next level.
We partied like rock stars.
We sure did.
I sure did pay that price. Let me tell you, the next
like, oh.
day I was...
I was screaming the whole time. I'm like, was I just literally screaming at the top of my lungs to everyone? Because the next day I was like, oh, I could barely speak.
No, seriously, I had like no voice. I felt like somebody took 2x4s to my legs. I was like, I haven't moved my hips like that in a hot second.
I got in the hot tub last night and I was like, oh, I need a soak. Somebody bring me some Epsom salt fast.
Stat. We got a lot of alcohol left over. We need another party.
Yeah, we might drink a little after this.
This is the one we should have pulled it out for.
Seriously.
It is the episode you guys have all been asking for. The most requested one since we announced that we were doing this podcast. What happened to BODi?
Yeah.
We haven't talked about it. It's been like 9 months since the shift happened, since the change happened. I've avoided it like the plague. Mm-hmm. But go ahead.
Well, yeah. For me, it's like, I know that it was something that so many people had so many different emotions about. And for the first several months, there were a lot of moving parts to that. And so a mix of trying to be respectful, and I'm a chronic people pleaser. So I never want to say anything that's really going to upset anyone. And so that's part of the reason I didn't really say a lot. I did on my social media right away just to encourage and remind people that I'm still here. The faces you've connected with are still here, because a lot of people immediately were just very unsure what was going to happen. So
yeah,
let's get into what happened. At least, and it's our perspective and our experience.
Yes.
We don't have some written statement from BODi or something like that.
No, or anybody else. But
Right.
I will say for me, there was just when the shift happened and the announcement came, God, there were so many there were so many emotions all at once and so many moving parts all at once that, like, you know me, I'm not I'm a stuff it down and get the job done. And it was like, I was about to launch Belle Vitale. Like, I had literally just come off set. So I think for me, there was no time to truly process shifts and changes and everything, like the implications that it was about to have. So I needed a minute.
So you literally just got off set?
When I say just got off set, the announcement came 2 hours after we wrapped.
Wow.
I walked into my kitchen. I didn't, I had no idea an announcement about anything like had been made. And I was wondering where my background cast was, because they were coming over too. And I'm like texting and calling, like, where are you guys? And it was hysteria of like, there's a video out, this announcement just happened. And I'm like, wait, what? What are you talking about? Like, huh?
Mm-hmm. So, and I just got to say, as someone who has been in several programs, the day that you wrap is like a celebration. It's like, we did that. You feel accomplished. You feel like you can conquer the world. You're ready to take this product you just finished creating and present it to everyone, help all these people. You're on cloud 9. So I can only imagine. I wasn't in Belle Vitale. I tried, but I didn't fit. I'm just kidding. For women's
hormone health.
Yeah, I was like,
You didn't make
I'm
the
sure I
cut?
can find a way. But I can only imagine. So let me ask you, because I get that you didn't know that announcement was coming at that moment. People see you really as like the queen of BODi, now BODi. Did you know it was happening and you just didn't know when? Like, were you surprised just that it happened that day, or did you actually not know that it was going to happen?
I had no clue it was happening. Like zero. And this is something that people keep saying, like autumn new. It's insane. There's a million reasons. Like I had no idea that the Coach Network was going away. Here's what I will say. I know that it had been being talked about, whether or not we were keeping the Coach Network or it was going to get moved to an affiliate model. We had this thing called the PAB, the Partner Advisory Board. So there's 10 partners that sit on this board. It rotates every 2 years. They're selected based on their involvement in the company. And it's those 10 partners who kind of represent all the other partners. And then the corporate. So CEO, head of the partner network, things like that. There are no trainers on that board. We have never been invited to sit in those meetings at all. Those people, they know way more about what's going on in the company than any trainer does. And it had been being discussed in those meetings.
Okay.
I know that because I know people that were on the PAB. But no, I had no clue. Like, let me just say this. I'm a pretty smart businesswoman. Mm-hmm. I would have made, okay, let me be blunt. I got fucked 7 ways from Sunday on the launch of Belle Vitale because the Coach Network went away.
Yeah.
I would have changed so many things if I would have known
that announcement was going to happen.
That was going to happen. Mm-hmm. Not only that, we're a public company. They would never in a million years take that risk of telling me, because even if I hinted at something, it could have been disastrous.
Yeah.
For everybody.
And you, like myself too, maybe if you're listening, you might not know that I was a BODi partner before I ever met Autumn. So outside of just being a cast member, I was a part of the partner network, and a part of the partner network that I think represents a little bit more of the masses. Even though I was friends with people who were very high up in it, I was never that, I never was that high up in my ranking as a partner. But you were friends with so many partners, so you would have been, thinking of it now, like the worst person to tell, because you would have been thinking the desire to tell your friends, even if, but yeah.
Like, how would I get through filming?
Yeah.
With 2 people I care very much about, having that information in my brain. Mm-hmm. Here's what I can tell you. Here's what I did know. About a month earlier, I had gotten a call from legal, and we, like trainers, we had ambassador contracts. So like that, they have to do with how we sell our supplements and things like that, and how often they'll request reels for us that they might boost into ads and things like that. So I got a call, and that I was losing that come December. So I think that call came maybe end of July, beginning of August, that my ambassador contract was going to go away in December. The ambassador contract is the only guaranteed money we have.
As trainers.
So a lot of us trainers rely on that because we have no clue what our paychecks are going to be month to month. None. Because it's based on something called qualified views. So how many people are working out to your programs, how many people are buying your programs, how many partners are selling your programs. There's no way for them to give us any kind of midway, mid-month, anything. So aside from that ambassador contract, I can tell you my paychecks have fluctuated drastically in the last year and a half. And by fluctuated, I just mean declined. Unfortunately. And by the way, this isn't me knocking BODi. I absolutely love the company. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. This is just a part of business.
Yeah.
And the fitness industry has changed drastically in the last 4 years. But So, like, I'm literally trembling on the inside just trying to have this conversation. So I knew I was losing my ambassador contract, which was a chunk of money. I also had been told that layoffs were coming again, that another round of layoffs would happen after filming. And that was really devastating for me because I love the people I work with. And I didn't know who, like they wouldn't tell me who, they just told me another round was going to happen. And that was so hard because it's like, that was the one thing that was hard on wrap day because I was like, I know at some point there's going to be an announcement. I didn't know it was going to be on wrap day, but I knew it was going to be sometime soon after that layoffs would happen. And so it was like, as I'm leaving, I know I might not see these people again.
And you're talking about like not the
partners. No,
Yeah,
I'm
you're
talking about
the
like
crew. Yeah.
crew, product development, things like that. Like I didn't know who. I just knew a round of corporate layoffs were going to happen again. And that alone was hard.
Right.
To
Of
be
course.
like working with everybody every day and just being like, God, this sucks. And it's just a part of business right now. Like it sucks. But no, I had zero fucking clue that the Coach Network was going to go away. And I actually did end up sitting down with Carl like a week later and being like, why didn't you tell me? And he was like, I couldn't. That legally I could not tell you. And I'm like, okay, but like I had 2 people in the cast, and this is not me talking bad about anybody. This is me saying I would have looked to protect everybody from every angle possible. Like, why did we put background cast behind me? Like, did you guys know you were going to do it that day? Like, oh my God, come on. Like at that point, why didn't you just tell me we couldn't afford background cast? And it was like anything we did that could have signaled that the network was going away. They're like, he said, he's like, we looked at it from every angle. And he's like, all I can do is apologize to you and tell you I'm sorry you got stuck in the middle. Sorry.
It's okay.
But yeah, there was no way to tell me what was coming. That might not have ended up signaling to other people that it was coming.
Yeah.
So no, I didn't know.
I was going to say, so
To answer people's
apparently-
questions, I didn't fucking know.
Yeah.
I was blindsided too. And yeah, it came 2 hours after wrapping what was supposed to be the biggest program of my career that I'm like, and by the way, I'm still so proud of Belle Vitale. Like,
Of course.
but that was 2 years in the making. It was so much work. And then to get off of the set and like we were supposed to be going out to dinner that night, celebrate. Oh my God. And then this announcement happens. And I'm watching 2 people I care about sit at my table. And rightfully so, panic about what does this mean for their future, for their financial stability. But you got to remember, I also am a smart businesswoman. So while it's happening, like I knew you had just signed a lease with Nell a few weeks earlier. And I'm like, oh my God, I wish I could have known this and told Donald, like, don't sign that lease.
Nell's only income at the time was as a body partner.
Right. But within a few hours of the announcement happening, the hate that started online towards BODi started pouring in, which I understand the panic. I do. But there are a few things I want to clear up, but let me get this thought out first. So like, I'm trying to process so many feelings in that moment. I'm trying to process the fact that I'm proud and we just wrapped and we're so close to launch. But at the same time, I'm watching my launch fall apart in an instant. I'm watching the hate spew. I'm watching people quickly say, fuck BODi, I'm out, da 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 da. And I'm like, I know what this means. I know what this means to the company. I know what this means to the launch of Belle Vitale. Like, and I'm already starting to feel shifts in relationships, like instantly. But also, I'm a fixer.
Yeah.
You know this about me. Like, I am it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Like, I can't sit in the problem. I'm trying to sit in the solution. How can we make this great? What can we do? It's going to be okay. Like, so I do go into that mode instead of like
sitting in the sadness. Yeah.
Like, I go into fix it mode.
Yeah. I think there's pros and cons. Like, no one can handle a situation that totally takes them by surprise and has so many uncertainties. No one handles it perfect. And the fixer might try to over control, like manage, not let themselves feel their feels enough. But then, you know, some people, like, I really don't know how I am in those situations. I think I go a little numb and keep doing business as usual, I think, but it's hard for me to plan. It's hard for me to mourn. It's like everything feels like it freezes a little bit, but everyone handles things differently. But you're the kind of person that's like, okay, pivot. Let's make a plan. Pivot.
Literally. Well, and on top of it, right? So like, again, all these things are happening. And a week later, we're going on the cruise, like the corporate cruise. And I'm like, okay, like we're all about to be trapped on a boat at sea. Are people going to come? Are people going to even want to hear anything? Because the announcement, just to be clear, was that the MLM part of the business was being dissolved, going away, and we were moving to affiliate marketing instead of MLM marketing. So I just want to make sure that that's clear.
Yeah.
And I want to clear up a few things that I've seen said multiple times that I'm like, that's not entirely accurate. And well, or that's just inaccurate. And I feel like some things were said to maybe make BODi look bad, or because again, panic, hurt feelings, fear, all of that. But like, I saw a lot of people saying like, our money was taken away, like, our money was taken away, our jobs were taken away. And please understand, you guys, I very much can feel for, empathize, sympathize for everything that was happening, right? For everybody that was, how they built their business, the fact that that was changing and changing drastically and changing quickly. But I saw it positioned as if to imply that like MLM, like the MLM's gone and you're out of a job and there's no more and you're done. And the partner network stayed in place for 3 more months. So people could continue to run their business for the next 3 months as is. They were continuing to get paid as a partner the way they had always been paid for 3 more months, which, you know, that was Carl's choice doing because it was October. It was coming up on the holiday season. But I don't think what people realized was if that was the reason why the network was going away. There were a lot of people that hadn't been working the business in years that were taking, because of the way it was built, massive paychecks out, but without bringing any new income in. So a massive change had to be made because, again, the way that incomes got paid out and everything.
There was more money going out.
There was more money going out than coming in because so many people had like built these big teams and then weren't working it. And so they're taking these huge chunks and there was a lot of people not making any money. And these were things that people were complaining about anyways. And so that's just the business side of it. Right. And I know because people pour their heart and soul into the company and loved it so much that obviously it was taken very personally, like a personal attack. And obviously this is not something that Carl wanted or anybody in the corporate side wanted. This was a business decision that had to be made to save the company as a whole.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
Well, that is something that really bothered me. And I just want to be clear because of personal relationships and things. I saw someone post and I'm talking about someone who I've never met in person. So not one of my friends involved or anything like that. I want to say who, but
I wonder if I know. Wait, go ahead. I don't know what you're going to say.
was someone posted online and just instigated as if it was a strategic plan that, and sort of a lot of people were inciting anger. But it bothered me because I was like, I felt like this is really unfortunate. I had just that year gone on my first Success Club, which after being a partner for as long as I was, I should have done that sooner, but Nell and I were together. I started feeling the fire. Mm-hmm. So for me, when that, and I was shocked, and you know, you and I have been best of friends since I moved to LA for almost 8 years now, and very close. And we've had a lot of personal, difficult conversations, and when one of us are going through something. And so I was like, what? And I found out because one of a partner on my team messaged me and was like, oh my God, BODi's doing away with the partner network. And I was like, what are you talking about? And I might have actually gaslit the fuck out of her for a minute, but like, no, that's not happening.
Sorry.
And so I called Nell. Well, I actually had to teach a dance lesson. It was the longest dance lesson I've ever taught.
Gosh.
It was only 45 minutes, but I was like, this thing's never going to end. I don't know what's going on in the world outside of here. And then I called Nell, and he was like, yeah, I'm just learning about it all. And so it was very like, I was as surprised as everybody else, and everyone has their different reasons of how it affected them. Mm-hmm. And so when I saw someone post, like, imagine someone telling you, we're in this together, we're in this together, we're in this together, until they've built something and then they take everything you've built. And so what bothered me is that person was basically saying like that BODi did that on purpose to get ahead. And I knew from the beginning, even though I hated that it happened, it was a necessary, unfortunate decision. That's how I looked at it. Yeah. Like I don't think anyone wanted it, but it's like doing what you can. And I also have been in rooms where I've seen, you know, dozens of people, sometimes even more, who've lost over 100 pounds stand up. And because I've been in programs, I've been in places where hundreds, if not thousands of strangers over a weekend come up to me and tell me their stories. I can't even contain all the stories I'm hearing, but it's because it was so life-changing. So for me, I was like, this really sucks because it looks different than what I wanted. And it looks different than what I was planning and what I was trying, and not just my vision, but the vision I was selling to other people. Right. But it still changed those people's lives. And I'm not going to talk shit about that because it did. And, you know, I would do it all again. Right.
Well, two things I want to say. One is I obviously too was devastated that the network was going away. All of my friends were partners. Mm-hmm. Like all of them. So of course my heart broke for everybody. Like, and I was so sad. Like, I loved that side. I loved our big events. I loved Summit. I love getting to go hear people's stories and celebrate them all weekend long or all week long. Like, I was devastated that side was going away. And not just for me, but for everybody that it affected. But the other thing I wanted to say was, you know, Tony Robbins teaches how to blame effectively. And I think it's so important to remember this. He says, if you're going to blame, you have to blame effectively. You have to blame wholly. So if you're going to blame for the bad, you also have to blame for all the good. Mm-hmm. Like I remember being at that seminar, and for me, that was like I had to really take that in when it comes to like my childhood and parents. And like, if I'm going to blame them for all the crap, I also have to blame them for all of the good that has come from that. For me learning what kind of parent I didn't want to be and the kind of mom I am to Dom and the drive that I have for work. But I would say the same thing comes into play here. If you're going to blame and be mad at BODi for it going away, You're mad because there was something so great there. There was something that changed your life there, whether it was a health journey, weight loss journey, a financial journey. I mean, there are people that made millions and millions and millions of dollars. I know it was a small subset, and those are usually the ones that are the loudest because that's a massive change for them. But if you're going to be that, if you're going to blame that much for it going away, then you also have to remember to blame for all the good, all the traveling the world, learning how to build these teams so that you can go to other companies and continue to build that way, for meeting friends that you like would have never met if it weren't for the company, for your life or your family's life changing, for the income that you did make for however long that was. Like, so there's always both, you know, where there's good, there's going to be bad, and where there's bad, there's going to be good. And what goes up must come down, and what is down is eventually going to go back up. So it was very heartbreaking to see so much negativity from people who had had such amazing runs with the company, and to not just go like, and the other thing that, you know, I saw a lot of people saying was like, they're stealing our customers. I do want to clear up what that meant.
Okay.
It wasn't that BODi was coming in and just saying like, hey, we're going to affiliate marketing and we're taking every person you've ever sold to. Like I said, partners, and you correct me if I'm wrong because you were a partner. So if I'm saying something that is out of turn, please correct me.
Okay.
So the announcement happened. There was going to still be 3 months of being able to be a partner. And in fact, if people hit certain ranks, they didn't even have to hold any longer. Like a lot of times when you hit a certain rank, you have to hold for 7 weeks to get the bonus. It was like it was everybody that was already at that rank was getting locked in. So they were already guaranteed their bonuses. So that was like another thing that I thought, you know, was super honorable from from the corporate side, but nobody was mentioning like, hey, by the way, because I hit this level a week ago, I don't even have to hold it for 7 weeks like I normally would. I'm guaranteed this big bonus. So because we're switching over to affiliate marketing, things happen on different platforms. Like we were moving over to something called Impact. There's just certain things that can happen in that app or on that site and certain things that couldn't. So it, like, if a customer were to buy from you, sign up from you, they are like now tied to you forever as a partner. When we were going to Impact, you basically needed to get all of those people to now use your new Impact link and your new discount code for you to then get paid. It wasn't like they could all be moved over.
Right.
If you didn't reach out to them, or if they decided not to buy from you and decided to buy from somebody else, then no, under the new affiliate, you wouldn't get that sale. But it wasn't that, or if somebody was on an auto renew, if you didn't get them to cancel and rebuy with the new link, essentially from Impact, then no, that auto renew would roll over to just going to BODi
After the 3 months or whatever.
It was. Correct.
It was at least 3 months. I just don't remember if that even,
I don't remember all the specificity, but people did, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but within your partner back office, you had every email of every person you ever sold to. So you could download those emails. You could newsletter them, email them. Hey, we're switching over to affiliate marketing. I would really appreciate it. You know, I've loved working with you. I want to continue to work with you. Here's my new link. I know it's a little bit of a pain, but like, if you cancel and blah, 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 like then you'll still be with me. So like those things could have happened. A lot of people did not stick around to even try the affiliate side. It was literally like the announcement happened, anger, fear were out. And again, it was really hard. I can see how hard it was on everybody's side, but I was experiencing it too. And it was like, I don't know if it was just bad luck that I was the launch that was coming up.
Feels like pretty fucking bad luck.
I mean, it was pretty fucking bad luck. Like, let's be honest, because it was like I somehow turned into the bad guy. I don't know why, but it was like,
what?
I don't know. I just like, I turned it like, imagine pouring 2 years of your heart and soul into learning and creating a program that nobody else has ever done. Like there's all these little, take this pill for hormone health or do this thing for hormone health, but there's no comprehensive program. And so I spent 2 years, and all these people that have gone through the test group and all these people that cannot wait to get their hands on it, the announcement happens. They're like, we're out. We're not even sticking around for this affiliate thing. They're saying that BODi took away their way to make money, essentially implying that there was no way to keep selling, even though there was the affiliate side that was going to be there. I know, very different than building a team, but there was the affiliate side. But then to watch those same people go to other companies that had already possibly gone through my program, so had all the information and all the details of what my program was, and I'm watching them post on Facebook and Instagram. I'm over here and we're starting our own hormone health program with Pilates. I mean, I literally saw it. Like, and I would have to screenshot it and send it to legal and be like, can we make sure that they're not knocking off Belle Vitale? Because like, that's 2 years of my hard work and the team's hard work and proprietary supplements and all this stuff. And like, it felt like such a direct attack. It was like they knew Belle Vitale was coming and that might be a big thing that people wanted. And instead of being an affiliate and selling it, it was like, no, fuck you, BODi. We're going to knock it off instead. I'm going to go over here to this other company and we're going to knock it off instead. And then I saw people using their before and afters from the test group and saying, and this is, I'm not talking about somebody that I'm close with. I'm talking about other people, because I had a big test group. I had like 50 women that went over to other companies and were like, oh, come over here and do this 5-day hormone cleanse with me. And they're showing their before and afters. And I'm just like, this is why I say there's been a lot, because it's like, I'm not allowed, like, I felt like I wasn't allowed to say anything. You're not allowed to have your feelings, Autumn. We're allowed to do whatever we need by all means necessary to make our income back, because BODi screwed us. Like, so I just was like, all I can do is my job.
Yeah.
And my job, by the way, in my eyes, is and always has been to help people improve their health. And that's what I'm always going to keep doing. That's my love. That's my passion. That's what I want to do. And so, did it suck? Does it suck? Yeah. Like, we should have been at Summit last week.
Right.
It still is hard.
Yeah.
But it's business.
Yeah. I think, you know, in situations like this, it's hard because there's like just factual truths. And then when people say, you know, well, this is my truth, or this is my, you know, what they're feeling. And so, you know, I'm such an empath. It's really a mind fuck sometimes. But even though I get people's fear and frustration for the change. And even those words kind of feel like for some people, it doesn't do it justice. And, you know, as a partner, I know that it's scary, and sometimes doing the scary thing changes you. And so when someone starts as a partner, it's scary to send the first message and then to tell people that you're starting, doing this challenge group, and you're starting a business, and you're partnering with this company using their programs and products, and you encourage other people to follow in your footsteps. And so if I really because I felt that, and being a BODi partner was never my main source of income. So when I think about what some people out there, people I've never met, just thinking literally about because at the height of it, there were 400,000 BODi coaches / partners. I know that it makes sense to go through the phases of loss. And one of those is anger.
Of course.
And to feel like your customers were stolen. But
of course.
I also know. And so I just want to say that to validate the feelings that anyone out there had. I do think, and again, I'm talking about people that I don't know. There's a few people who like I've only ever seen online who went really aggressive really fast, and I didn't like that, but also because I'm someone who body changed my life, and it's not just with the partner opportunity. It was doing your program the first time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's when I was like, oh, this is amazing. And so anyways, for me, it was really difficult because I was not going to stop doing BODi. To me, that was like, if it's there, I'm doing it. And also I'm so familiar with the programs. I was like, I'm not going to stop doing challenges, but I also really do empathize for anyone who really built a big network with BODi, how that felt in that moment. I do hope, and this is just for people's healing in general, that most of those people, because the fact is the majority of partners in BODi were not very high up partners. Like there were a lot of people who were not even selling like I was. And so I hope that those people are still living their best life and they're maybe running challenge groups, because you can still run your own challenge group. You can do it for fun. You can, whatever, you can do it however you want. And you can use the affiliate program with BODi to share the programs and the products that you love, just like you always were. And so I hope that people are doing that, but I hope those who it really affected them losing the network partner opportunity, that they do feel that if that's what they love, that they found another place doing it. And maybe they're in hindsight, like, okay, my worst case scenario fears didn't come true, and they can remember the years with BODi more fondly, because all I have are fond memories. And I'm still creating them. I'm still with BODi. I'm still a part of that. But I mean, just thinking of that time, thinking of the summits and the super weekends and all of that energy, I'm holding on to that energy, and that's what I bring to the table still in my challenges. And people come up to me still and recognize me from being in programs, and like someone said to me once, it's a shame what happened with BODi. And I said, well, what happened? Like, I know what happened, but
right.
I was just wondered what she thought happened. And she said, well, I don't know, but I think it just changed. And I said, well, part of it has changed, but you need to know. I said, were you a BODi partner? She said, no. I said, well, it hasn't changed for you. There's still community. There's still programs. Everything that you loved about it is still there. So that's my truth. And I really do say that with holding space for everyone. But how could I be mad at something that changed my life this much for the better? The friends I've made, the experiences I've had, all the things. But without BODi, I would not be sitting in this chair. I probably wouldn't know you, and I might not live in LA.
And you wouldn't have your boyfriend.
I would have my boyfriend. I mean, I don't know if what would be going on in my life.
We're in the world with Donald B.
Yeah.
I do want to say, I hope that in trying to explain like all of this, right? It's like a messy, there's not an easy way to talk through it all. That it doesn't sound like I am dismissing anybody's feelings, because that is the last thing I would ever want somebody to think, is that I was not empathetic towards how drastically that change affected people's lives.
Yeah.
Because I very much am. And like I said, I very much feel for it. I'm just also trying to explain all the different emotions that I had going with it.
I feel that. I don't think that you sound like you don't understand at all. And I think that people want to know how you felt in it, because you're like, the face of BODi, but you aren't BODi corporate. You aren't BODi partner. And I think that, and also you've changed so many lives. I mean, all the people who come up who are excited to meet me, they met me because they love your programs, and they showed up to the program, and I was just like a fun little bonus. Not one of the bonuses that you do that I hate.
You hate.
So,
Well, the other thing I want to say is that I know people are tuning in, waiting to see if we address relationships that have changed. And that is not something that, besides what I'm saying right now, that is not something I will ever address or ever talk about. Yes, relationships have changed. That might be the most devastating part of it all for me.
yeah.
But I won't ever talk about it because I can absolutely hold space for those relationships and what they meant to me at the time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can't and I won't say anything negative other than I have loved every moment, every person I've gotten to meet, every stage I've gotten to be on, every story I've gotten to hear. I'm grateful for it all. It all makes us who we are today. Does my heart break for things changing? Of course. But if people were tuning in for tea or gossip,
Yeah.
sorry girls, you're not gonna get it you're not gonna get it from me. That's just not something. I just can't ever bash things and people that meant the world to me for a decade.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you saying that. I've said a couple times, I'm not talking about anyone I know.
Yeah, trying to be very clear.
Because some people might say, oh, I've seen, and they're very clearly talking about,
Right.
And it really, when that announcement came, there were people's faces I didn't even know existed. I was seeing, say, wild things online, and I have not spoken about anyone that I know, but I am glad you said that because I think I'm happy. I want people to realize that there are just some things that don't need to be drama because it actually is. Was whatever, very important and very tender. And I think I've never, I'm the kind of person, honestly, where I still wholeheartedly say that I love everyone I've dated. Because if you spend time with someone and if you love them, maybe it didn't work out or maybe your lives came to a fork in the road and you had to go separate ways. But that person still was a big part of my life. And it's not just about respecting them. It's about respecting the part of me at that time.
Yeah.
So it's just onward and upward from here. But I have been getting so much life personally from the challenge you and I have been doing.
So much fun.
It's so much fun. And it's the thing that I think people somehow in all the commotion thought was lost, that we get to say it's still here. Mm-hmm. The community, the support, the everything about it is still here. Yeah. And so it's been really good for me. 'Cause it's hard. But I will say, even the fears Nell and I had, you guys, we've talked about, we're both from, Autumn and I are both from Ohio. When I signed my first lease in LA, I remembered thinking, am I out of my mind? I might as well just move on the streets now. I can't afford this. And then every time I would sign a lease, I'd be like, Autumn, but if shit goes bad, can I please stay at your house again? So when the news came and we were at the apartment and there was that fear, I'm happy to report, just like most fears that we have, our greatest fears didn't happen. Things are going great and we're keeping it moving. Yeah. And Nell and I still go press play on BODi pretty much every day. So
I love that.
We're here for it. And, thriving in our new lease. So
I do love it. And I love everybody that is still here with us and still a part of the journey. And, this is the next chapter and I'm hopeful about it. Cautiously optimistic, I guess you could say, of great, this is where we're headed. I'm always going to do what I said, which is my passion has and always will be to help people lead healthy, fulfilling lives. So I'm going to do that to the best of my ability, no matter what. I hope that one day there's live events of some kind, whether it's being put on by BODi or whether you and I are getting groups together, because I do, we did a Friends episode. I actually was thinking about this the other day. I have to say this. So yesterday I went down to El Segundo. There's a place called Love Life. From the guy who started Whole Foods. Oh. So it's like a whole wellness center. And I went to go tour it because I might want to sign up down there, because like full on longevity, doctors, functional medicine, gym, cryotherapy, cold plunge, hyperbaric, like you name it, they have it. And as I was like touring the facility, because it's really big, and it was like, oh, and here's our yoga and Pilates studio, and then here's the Pilates reformers classes, and here's this, and I'm like, I might ask them if I can host a live one-off workout here. Do an event. I mean, it wouldn't be for hundreds, we're in LA, and it would be for like whoever would be in the area. But sometimes the hardest things open up new, beautiful opportunities that you might not have thought about, like without being forced into being more creative or being more resourceful or thinking ahead and planning more. So I'm looking at it from all of those angles. Like I have some things in the works that are outside of BODi that I'm really excited about. Like hopefully by the fall, there will be something launching that is a thing outside of BODi. I don't want to say what it is yet, but it's, what it is.
I know. I was like, I can't
and
wait
I'm
for
like,
people to hear.
come on. I just want to get it done. But it's, business, it takes a long time. So yeah. I look forward to whatever the next chapter brings. And I do wish everybody, no matter what people think, I really do wish success and happiness for everybody. I don't want to see anybody struggle. I don't want to see anybody fail. I want people to go out there and love life and live it big and bold and beautiful and happy in whatever way works for them.
Yeah. And I want to say too, because this was a little bit of a weepy podcast.
Sorry.
No, no, it's good. Actually, I was like, yes, this is good. This is good footage. I'm kidding.
You suck.
I'm totally kidding, you guys. But on a serious note, this isn't mourning BODi. I still wholeheartedly love BODi, and BODi is still very much around. It's just that shift was a really big shift, and it did affect both of us emotionally. It caused us to face a lot of really big fears, to strategize differently, and also remind, like you said, no matter what, you're going to continue to, I forget your exact words, help people live a healthier life, or
healthy, fulfilling life.
And so that is like leaning into what I can control, because there's some things that are just out of our control. But the things that I can is I'm going to show up for people just like I always have. And I know that you are. And I know that the thing that made me fall in love with fitness and this new lifestyle is still available to me. And that is for me, that's found on BODi right now, the specific programs and all of that. So it's not that there's this sadness about BODi, but it's the complications and weight that I think we've kind of kept inside in ways that just pulls on some heartstrings.
Yeah. A little cathartic episode for us. Get it out, process some feelings. But yeah. And listen, I think the way that we have now, we actually just switched over. So we actually just switched from Impact over to something called Social Ladder for the affiliate program. And if people have ever thought about it or wanted to do it or or are doing BODi and are like, oh, well, I am telling my friends about it, so why not have a link? It is the easiest thing. Like I was like, oh, we should have started with this. But you don't know what you don't know until you try.
Yeah.
So BODi didn't know.
Trial and error.
There's tons of companies that use Impact. So they used Impact, and then there was some limitations that were getting frustrating. And so they switched over to this new platform called Social Ladder. We just switched over to it like 2 weeks ago. And it is so easy, and anybody could sign up for it, and you do as much as you want. So like if you love Energize and you're always drinking Energize and you're talking about it and you want to be able to send somebody a link, whether it's on a social media or just in your regular life and text or whatever, like
do it.
Everybody's doing it, right? I'm watching people on Instagram, I'm watching people on TikTok, they link everything. So it's one more way. Nobody's saying it has to be your main source of income or whatever, but if you love doing the programs, if you love the supplements, if you love the nutrition, the cookbooks, whatever it might be, like sign up.
Yeah.
You know, so many people when they started, even when they started as the network, right? Like people would say like, I just signed up because I needed to buy baby formula or diapers were expensive, or I just wanted to help contribute a little bit more to the groceries or whatever the household bill was. Like a lot of people when they first started, they weren't trying to become millionaires. They were
Right.
just trying to make a little extra money.
Yeah.
And all I know is Lord help these times that we're in right
these
now.
streets, who
In
can't
these-
use a little
Who
extra
can't
money?
use a little extra dollar here and there? I know I can.
And also, with all that said, if you don't want to be an affiliate, send your friends and family to the Everything's Perfect podcast Instagram. We have our affiliate link linked, and we'll hook you up.
But you know what, Dee? Let's drop in the show notes. This is not like a shameless plug, but I guess it's a shameless plug. If people want to sign up for an affiliate, let's drop in the show notes the link to do it. Because
Yeah.
sometimes people might just be like, well, I don't know where to go. So we'll drop it in the show notes. Signing up has nothing to do with me or Donald. We don't get paid. Nothing.
Yeah.
It's all about you. Literally, you sign up, do what you want with it.
Yeah.
But we'll put it there.
Also, for new affiliates, BODi is very good about like they are
a lot
in
of
constant
teaching.
contact and teaching. So you'll be supported if you're interested in it. You should do it.
Yeah. And we're always here if you have questions. You can email us at everythingsperfectpodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on social media. Everything's Perfect Official on the gram. One of these days, we're going to set up a TikTok account.
We swear.
Ooh.
God, talk about trauma.
Drama. We're going to do it, Donald.
We got this.
Yeah. But we appreciate you guys tuning in as always. And we'll see you next week for another episode of Everything's Perfect.
See you next time.